What's going on, everybody? This is Jacob Vile. Today I'm going to be doing some meter tests after my subwoofer was inverted. So stay tuned for this video. I'm going to show you what it meters sealed and the kick on glass, pretty much with window open, window down, sealed, all of those. So we'll see how it does inverted versus regular. So if you haven't already seen the other video of what it metered before, so the most I got out of this before so far was a 148.3. So 148.3 dB. I think it was at 44 hertz was my frequency that I got down to. So today's video I'm going to show you what it peaks at in meters now after being inverted. So before, my sealed section was right at 0.6 sealed and it was mounted regular. Now it's inverted and it's right at 1.1. So I literally went from a 10-to-1 ratio to a 5-to-1 ratio. So the ratio cut in half, and it's a little bit more musical response, a little better bandwidth, a little better lows. But we'll see how it does. I'm going to say it probably might go down, maybe half a dB. You never know. Every day's different. It could go up, but we're about to find out. So go ahead and hit the like button if you haven't already. Appreciate you guys watching. So I always get new viewers, so I just want to always say, regardless of how many times you watch the videos, that my build's not the prettiest, but the concept of it is what I enjoy with the single 10. It's a project that I'm working on. So let's go ahead and see how it does. So I haven't really messed with the meter since inverting, so I'm going to go ahead and find that out now. So right now I'll first find out what my my peak score is, and we'll see what it meters on the glass. So I always like to do glass score, not kick score or headrest or whatever, just because that's pretty much the most ideal score that people are going to be competing by. Even though I don't compete, it's fun. So here we go. Let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to find my peak real quick, do a sweep, a couple of sweeps to find out what it peaks at first, and then we'll go from there. So I'm going to do a burp. And of course, the temperature, not the temperature, but the frequency of the burp is going to be at the peak frequency up to clipping. So we'll find out what it does. So I'm at 20 volume now, bass knob up all the way. Oh, that was already on. All right, now we'll find out what it peaks at real quick. All right, so I'm peaking at 44 hertz, so that's what we're gonna burp at, 44 hertz to clipping. All right, we'll rev it. You always wanna rev your vehicle whenever you're doing full tilt, just because that little bit of extra RPM, you'd be surprised how much your voltage could drop difference, even if you don't have voltage drop, but just the difference in your frequency, not frequency, but your voltage, it could drop a few tenths even if you have good voltage difference because of it being revved with the alternator RPM up. All right, anyway, stop talking on that. All right, so let me turn this up, turn my volume up to 44, or not 44, I clip at 56, and that's at -5, so I'm gonna do 54. I probably clip at 52 hertz at 0 dB, which this is a 0 dB burp at 44 hertz, but we'll find out. Here we go. On glass, window down, we'll find out how it does. So there we go, 147.41 at 44 hertz. So 47.5, we'll just say 47.25. So solid 47's burp to clipping on that glass. All right, so now we're going to find out what it does sealed real quick. All right, and we'll find out what it does sealed. So some of you guys are like, wow, Jacob, you actually went up from the last video. That's probably because I was playing it before, and the way I rolled into the bass knob was a little hard on the meter when I was metering before, so I did go up probably, I'd say probably a quarter dB. So being inverted, to be honest, with that big ratio going down to cutting it, it's still a 5-to-1 ratio, and I'm still doing really good numbers. Gain on the meter, not really gain on the meter. The ratio was, the meter score was a 48. So I probably lost about half a dB, lost the ratio, but I gained on bandwidth, a little more lows, and I'm inverted so I can smell the coil more. So to be honest, I'm a little happy with it. I'm perfectly fine with that. Plus, of course, when you play for a while, your frequency output is going to change slightly with being in the sealed section with coil heat. So being on the inverted side is actually a good thing for long term, especially fourth orders for a musical. Burp wise, you're going to be louder on a burp sealed because you have a bigger ratio, plus you have a little better, a little bit more cone output because that center cone, that's something I don't really want to talk about right now. I'll talk about that later. A lot of people don't know that, but if you're into high SPL, you want to always mount regular because you get a little bit more cone pressure with that center cone that the motor's not in the way. That's all I'm going to say on that. All right, so now I'm going to find out what it peaks at sealed real quick. I'm going to guess it peaks at 42, but we'll find out. Oh, whoops. I had to screenshot that one. There we go. All right, so 42 hertz. I'm at the burp of 42. Let's see how it does sealed on glass with window up, sealed. Okay. We'll find out what it does. 44 hertz. Here we go. I'm going to say a 46, but we'll see. 42 hertz sealed. All right. All right, right under 47 sealed. So the way I rolled into that was a little hard, so it probably would have been a little higher depending on how the wave traveled. But that's the score sealed right out of 47. So I'm still doing right at 47, sealed 47, window down. Kick's probably a 48 almost, but I'm not going to meter the kick. I'd rather just show you guys, hey, what it does on glass, because anything kick to glass with mine is minimal because of the dash isn't there. What happens is when I have a dash here, you build more pressure underneath. So I actually was gaining between 1 and 2 dBs with the dash, but without the dash, it's only like quarter to half a dB. So just look at adding a half a dB to whatever my glass score is. That doesn't depend on every vehicle changes. I just know my vehicle really well. That's how it always works. So right out of 47, a clean 47 to burp score. And that's it for this video. Let's see. Oh, let's do window down or door open. You know, a lot of guys are always watching. I appreciate y'all watching. For anybody that's still watching, let's go ahead and find out what it does with the door open, because a lot of people are curious. Hey Jacob, why don't you try with the door open? Just see how your frequency changes. So I'll go ahead and do that real quick with y'all. For the ones still watching, go ahead and give it a like. Let me know what y'all think. This isn't the prettiest. It's really ugly up here, but I like it and it doesn't bother me. So, all right. So I'm gonna do a sweep, door open. We'll find out how it does different. Find out what it peaks at door open. I'm gonna guess it peaks at 50 hertz, but we'll find out. Here we go. Make sure my volume's at 20. I always do the same volume for every test. It's gonna lose dBs probably, but we'll see. Here we go. Excuse me. So door open, it goes up 1 frequency, not 5. Sorry about that. So my peak is probably 45, 46 hertz door open, 43, 44 hertz with the door closed. Probably just varies on how the temperature is and pressure and all of that. So there we go, 45 hertz. Let's go ahead just for fun, do a burp, full tilt burp with the window open or door open. Why not? So you guys can see how it does door open. It's gonna go down, but hey, never know, just for fun. Let's do a 45 hertz burp. Yep, so see a whole dB down with the door open, but it's all right. You guys got to see that just so you can kind of see, because some of you guys were curious, how does it do door open? A lot of systems, so this goes to you guys with metering, anybody's still watching. So a lot of systems, door open is the loudest, especially when you do door open outlaw and kick, because what happens is you got a lot of pressure building up on the opposite side of your cabin while you have your pressure escaping on this end. So it kind of opens up the vehicle cabin, which reacts like a port here. So what I mean by this is when I shut this door, this is like a smaller port with a window. When I open it, it's like a bigger port. So now some of the competitors learn where to put their door placement for higher SPL. So if you see some competitors, they're doing that. That's a quick thing, you guys, if you're really into SPL. Where you put your door length matters a lot. So you could put like a little bar here and have a gauge as a length for where did you gain the most. You can even have doors shut and not shut all the way, just lock like that, and you'd gain. You even can put your window up slightly and have metering result gains as well. So there's a lot of things that I didn't bring up before that just helped for the viewers that watch to the end. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.